Hi, my name is Miss Boylan, and I'm going to be your teacher this semester for Coding 1. I wanted to take a minute to just introduce myself and then walk you through the classroom to make you feel a little bit more comfortable about this virtual learning experience, okay? So the first thing I want to talk about is you're going to have a dashboard. All your virtual school courses are going to be listed on the dashboard. Coding 1 will be listed there. If you click on it, then it's going to bring you here to this page. So we can call this page a variety of things: the landing page, the course home page, or some people might call it the materials page. So I just wanted to let you know that those names are all synonymous. It refers to this page here. Okay. So at the top of this page is an announcement. At the beginning of the school week, I will post an announcement that kind of tells you what we're going to be doing for the week. It's always on the first day of the week, so which is generally a Monday, right? But if, let's say, Monday is a holiday, then it gets posted on Tuesday. Additionally, on an occasion throughout the week, I will post other announcements if there's something important that I need to share with the class. Okay, so announcements are important. So what I ask you to do is that when you come into the classroom, that you just scan the announcement, see, have you read it? If you have, you can move on with the whatever coursework you need to do for that day. If not, please take a look at it. Okay. If you feel like you've missed an announcement, not to worry. What you can do is you can come over here, so only one announcement can be listed at the top of the landing page at a time. So if you feel like you've missed a past one, what you can do is you can come over here to the updates page. All announcements are listed in reverse chronological order there. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to stay over here on this left navigation menu for just a moment and go through just a couple of important things. The next thing is your grades page. Okay, if you click this link, it's going to take you to the grades page. Any assignments or assessments that are published, meaning that you can access, they're going to be listed here. Okay, and other ones are going to be made available as we move through the assignment schedule, or as we progress through the class. Okay, so it's important to note that if you submit something and I grade it, your grade is going to be listed there. So, and in addition to the grade listed, if your grade is anything other than 100%, any point being deducted from that maximum score will receive feedback. Even if it's a half point, 1 point, a quarter of a point, any point deduction is going to get feedback. Okay, so the feedback is listed there alongside the grade total as well. So the grades page is an important thing to get comfortable with. It's important to note that I provide you feedback for a couple of reasons. I see this learning experience as kind of like a loop. So you attempt an assignment the first go through, and if you don't maximize the points, that's okay. I'm going to give you feedback. Then you review the feedback and you go, oh, I see where I made a mistake. Okay, let me redo that assignment based on that feedback. Cool. Then resubmit the assignment. I regrade it, and the score is then, modified. I will say that resubmissions really need to be done based on the feedback provided. If you don't look at the feedback and just keep resubmitting, there is no benefit in that. And I may actually refuse to accept resubmissions if we don't use the feedback. That generally doesn't ever happen. I'll reach out to you if that's the case. But what I really need you to do is, if you're going to do a resubmission, I need you to review the feedback to inform how you make changes to your resubmission. Okay? So like I said, grades and feedback are found on this grades page. So lastly, I'm going to just point out from the left, on the left, I'm going to point out this online learning guide link. There's an orientation test that needs to be complete, and we'll talk about it in a minute. But it needs for you to access this link and review the online learning guide. Okay, so I just wanted to point it out so that there's no misunderstanding of where it's at. So let's make our way down here to the other things that are listed in our course. Okay, so the first folder is the classroom folder, and it requires a little more exploration, so we're going to come back to it in a moment. Okay, so then the next folder is the assignment schedules folder. So you're going to want to click into the assignment schedules folder. You're going to find a variety of a couple of assignment schedules listed in there. It's important to note that we have students from different schools, and different schools have different calendars. So I make assignment schedules based on those calendars. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to find the assignment schedule that goes along with your school's calendar. Okay. It's important to note, however, if you are a virtual school student, meaning, or a full-time virtual school student, meaning all of your courses are being done from home through the virtual school, you'll use the DoDEA calendar. Okay. You will not use the calendar, the assignment, sorry, you will use the DoDEA assignment schedule. You will not use the assignment schedule for your particular school. Okay. So then the next thing we have here is the Need Tech Help. Click here. So what that'll do when you click that link, it's going to open a Google form. The form's going to ask you some questions about who you are, how to contact you, and what kind of tech help you need. Once you click submit, it's going to go to our fabulous ETs, who then will reach back out to you and help you work through those tech issues. I do want to say one thing, or I need to point out when you should contact me and when you should use this link. So when you should contact me. If there is an issue with our Coding 1 Schoology course, you can't submit an assignment. An assignment that's listed in the assignment schedule is not visible in the course. Something of that nature. You're going to want to reach out to me. Oh, another one that's popular is, let's say you had an issue when you submitted a quiz. It timed out on you. Something like that. Any of those issues that pertain to Schoology and our course, Coding 1 specifically, I need for you to reach out to me. Okay? Because generally speaking, those are the things that I can control, that I take care of, right? So maybe it's a setting wasn't set correctly, or maybe you need to have a bad quiz attempt reset. Those are things that I can do. Okay? Those are things that I do. So anything regarding Schoology and our course specifically, you reach out to me. Okay? Also, we will use an online development program to create Python programs in this course. Anything that you have, any issues with that software, that online software, you reach out to me. If you reach out to the ETs using that link, they may not understand like the nuances of that software. Okay, so you reach out to me. So anything outside of those realms, issues with your computer, issues with, say, Google Chat or Google Meet or something like this, those all can go to use this link to reach out to the ETs. Schoology specific, or the online IDE is what it's called, the development environment where we create Python programs. Any of those issues, they come to me. Okay. Next thing we've got is the Meet Your Teacher folder. There's 2 pages in it. One page is teacher introduction and contact information. The other one is grading policies. Both of these are important, and I ask for you to review them right away. The teacher introduction is just going to tell you about myself, how to get a hold of me, and my office hours. I want to take a minute to explain office hours. Office hours are the time that I'm directly behind a computer, actively working in the class on the computer. Okay? So if you reach out to me during those times, I'm going to be online, and I can almost immediately respond to you. Okay? But let's say you need to ask me a question outside of office hours, do so. Do so. Office hours are really, I have to create them for administrative purposes, but honestly, they don't really have any control over when you should contact me. Basically, if you have an experience, an issue, reach out to me right when you have it. Okay? Don't worry about my office hours. If it's during my office hours, I'm going to respond to you immediately. If it's not during my office hours, I'm probably going to get a message on my phone, and I'm going to do my best to respond to you in 15 to 20 minutes. If I'm sleeping, well, then I'm sleeping. But basically what happens is when I wake up in the morning, I review all my chat messages sent, and then I respond to them. Okay? So, have an issue, have a question, ask immediately, disregard my office hours. Office hours just means during that time, I'll respond almost immediate. Okay? So, the grading policies page, it's really important. The information in there governs how the course is run and how you get the grade that you earn. Okay? So make sure you know how those things work so that you can be better informed. So let's take a quick look here into the classroom. So our classroom folder has Currently, it just has these 4 folders, okay? It's important to note that it has unit in here. Only unit 1 is shown. That's okay. I'm going to add more units as we progress through the class. So let's talk about these 4 folders real quick. So the orientation begin here folder, it just lists 2 things. It lists a little page that is kind of like a primer to get you started, and then it has this orientation activity. That activity requires you to use this online learning guide. Okay, so I told you we'd come back. So the instructions are all in here. You're just going to click here and it's going to provide you the instructions, and you just do as you're instructed. So then we've got the information center. Think of this as kind of like your virtual library. Okay, so we have databases for your that are available to you for researching. So inside that folder is information about those databases and information on how you access them. Inside the course resources, there will be information about like our syllabus. Anything specifically related to this course is going to be listed in there. Then let's just take a brief walk through the first unit. Okay, so within our unit we have units. A unit is a unit, and then within it we have lessons. Think of lessons kind of as chapters. Well, they're not as big as chapters. Okay, so don't get worried about that. They're just lessons are just pieces of the unit. So you have each unit will have like 5 or 6 lessons, and they'll include brief readings. So basically you'll come in here to the unit lessons. You'll just read the lessons, or if you want, you can listen to the podcast. The podcast is essentially all of the lessons just being read out loud to you. So it's your choice. You can either read the lessons yourself, or you can have the podcast read to you. So whatever is your better method for, acquiring that knowledge, it's there for you. Okay. So then after you review the lesson content, then you come in here to the tasks and assignments folder. Let me scroll up a little. So, and you're always going to have pretty much the same kind of tasks for each unit. There's always going to be the vocabulary review. It's ungraded. You're always going to have a critical thinking. You're always going to have a lab assignment. You're always going to have an activity. The only difference is sometimes you might have 2, and you're always going to have a quiz. Okay, so sorry, I kind of lost my train of thought there for a minute. So I didn't specify in regards to how the assignment schedules work. So I told you that there were different assignment schedules for different schools, but basically each assignment schedule is going to be per week, and it'll say, during this week of these dates, these are the tasks and assignments that you need to complete. Okay, so it'll tell you readings you need to do, and then any tasks you need to complete, and those go along with what we just saw in the unit folder. Okay, sorry, I completely forgot to talk about that, and then as I was talking to you through that stuff, I realized, oh, I kind of got to go back there. So I hope you feel a little bit more comfortable with the way the class works. Remember, please reach out to me. Any questions, any issues you have, reach out to me. I'm here for you. If I'm sleeping, no worries. I'll message you back as soon as, as I'm awake. But I'm really excited to start the semester with you, and, to start on this journey of learning some coding with you. Okay. So with that, have a great week. Reach out to me as you need, and I'll talk to you soon.